Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today we're going to do a little review of the T110E5. Along with the Leopard one, it's probably one of my favorite tier 10s. This thing is a beast. You often hear people complain about the cupola, but you can really hide the cupola if you find a right-hand corner. The cupola is also sometimes awkward to hit, and the thing is the E5 has such troll armor, and it's so nimble, and the gun is so good that you can bait people. Make people kind of shoot your side, make people shoot your lower plate, make people miss your cupola. And then you can put in 2 shots for every one they put in or every one they bounce. So this tank is so consistent. You'll see people farming huge games in the T125. And it's the kind of tank that people struggle with when they're starting the game, but people that are very good at the game will really enjoy the E5. I run rammer, hardening, and turbo because that's kind of the meta equipment to put on this. I use this directive right here to make sure I don't get ammo racked because the E5 does have an ammo rack problem in the lower plate. That's not too bad anymore. And you can run V-stab. If you have a city map, you could drop the turbo, put in a V-stab instead of the turbo, and vice versa on a more open map. I don't think I have a second setup. I like to roll with this setup here, just because it seems to work for me, and because I played Clan Wars back in the day and whatever. I'm pretty used to aiming without V-stab. But that's something that is personal preference. V-stab is still a really good piece of equipment, and if you find you get annoyed at the guns in this game, which I completely understand, I would definitely run the V-stab. That's fine. But definitely Remmer, and these other two are great. You can bring some AP, definitely a lot of heat. This thing has amazing heat pen. What is it, 340 pen? Yeah, amazing stuff. You really feel the difference between like a 310, a 320 heat pen, and a 340. Um, and yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it for the armor. I mean, you can side scrape in this tank. People can pen you with heat on the very bottom, right above like the road wheels, if you're side scraping. So for example, if I'm in an E5 side scraping another E5, I can pen them down here with heat, no matter how angled they are. You just need to kind of avoid the track. But other than that, you can do really well. And I mean, obviously, a 60TP E100, I think they can do it with AP on the very bottom. But puppies will often not hit those shots. So it'll just be more of like an unlucky thing, or someone who's very good will hit those shots. But generally, the E5 armor is very good, and just kind of move around, wiggle. You can also use your gun to block shots, right? Block shots against lower plate. You use the gun to block shots against cupola. Um, so yeah, other than that, the mantlet is very good. The turret sides are good. The upper hull is amazing. You just need to watch out for this little bit here. This little part at the beak of the lower plate. I know it's really dark on the screen with this camo, but this little beak can be bouncy too. Yeah, and the E5 is amazing. So hopefully we get some good gameplay. We're gonna go into a couple of live games. Fisherman's Bay standard battle. Um, okay, there's a really fun play you can go down one line. If you're in something like an IS-7 or 277 and you're top tier, you just YOLO across this, you run down and you get to here. And it's something you can only do from the south side because you can actually push. From south side you can push, and this is so strong. I get incredible games doing that. It's risky, but you can get incredible games. You cannot do it from this side because the hull downs are way stronger here, and because of this church. It means you can't push into this easily. Um, so the YOLO push down one line is something you can do from the south side when you're in a fast, heavy, and you're top tier. It helps if there's not too much harding. It helps if there's not too many triangles. And obviously it helps if no one YOLOs, if someone counter YOLOs. If someone counter YOLOs, you just have to kind of outbrawl them. You have to play intelligently. You can use this to hide, use these rocks. But it's something I'll show you guys in another video because it's a lot of fun. And it's something that people don't often do, and it's a way to make this map not take so long. Because this map is one of those maps that really drags out, kind of like the Airfield. Also, be really careful when you cross this. Sorry, there is a proper way to cross this. But yeah, you can see the weak ammo rack of the E5. And you can see that you shouldn't lazy cross. You should never lazy cross in this game. Also, we're going to load heat. I should have loaded heat already. But we have AP loaded, and I'm just going to roll with it. With heat, we can already pen him. We wouldn't have had to wait for the lower plate shot. If we had heat loaded, we could have just shot upper plate of Rhino. I'll show you guys now. Just like that. I mean, we didn't pen it, but I think you know what I mean. The upper Rhino plate is no good. as you can see there. And again, if he was shooting heat, he could pen the lower side of the E5 right there. But he's shooting a PCR, so he has to hit my lower plate clean. And that's difficult to do because the E5 has these kind of thick tracks. I don't want the Hori to be here in the 268 version 5. I think I'm going to go for it. I have a lot of people behind me, and I don't think there's anyone to my left. I have to watch out for the 50B, but it should be fine, and I should be able to brawl the Rhino pretty cleanly. We want to stay out of render. Now we're in render anyways. But yeah, we're going to side scrape this guy. And the Rhino just can't keep up. Now we push in. We push in so he can't shoot our lower plate. So you see what I mean, guys. You have to, E5, you have to be really smart. Now we bounced that, but that's okay. Now he's out. The Rhino is out. 1-4 is on reload. We want to punish the Rhino while he's reloading. Excellent stuff, guys. I don't want this medved here. I want to be side scraping this, and this medved is keeping me from side scraping. So that's another thing you guys have to deal with is teammates sometimes. But you can see the Rhino. You need to use the E5. You need to use your armor scheme, guys. And the E5 has an excellent armor scheme. You know, you side scrape people, they push into you, and then you face hug. And then you block those cupola shots with your gun. I think we have a faster reload than this guy. We do. Excellent. I think he got shot, so now we can peek and kill. Unless this guy drives in front, unfortunately. Always annoying, guys. Always annoying. I'm looking at the kill feed, making sure he dies. He doesn't die. Hopefully he dies soon. Already. Unfortunate, already shoots me there, keeps me tracked. Don't trust your teammates to kill tanks, as you can see. That Type 68 is still alive, guys. I mean, seriously. Uh, 50B, we need to cross now. The 50B might clip me in the side. No, okay, it's too far down. Map awareness, guys. Map awareness is key, man. Map awareness is key to this game. I'm gonna peek him. And see, he died. So always look around you. Always look around you, guys. It's so important. 268 is gonna push me. We're gonna get into a hull down preemptively. And, okay, that's not gun bug. I think I just hit the gun, unfortunately. But yeah, it's, that's really unfortunate. These bounces are super important. I shouldn't be bouncing shots right now. He's gonna peek me now. I need to watch out. Yeah, really unfortunate. Really unfortunate I'm getting. Okay. I need to be careful of already now, guys. I didn't find the outline quick enough. That was really bad. But yeah, you can see you need to be dialed in when you play the E5, obviously. These brawling situations are really fun. I mean, when I'm playing like this, I'm having the most fun ever. I got an unlucky shot against the 268. I hit the gun of the Conqueror, and I didn't hit the 268. And then I found the outline a little too late. I don't know if it was just one of these little barriers here, but I should have shot. Should have trusted my instinct, but I got the outline a little too late. And I moved out of the way because I didn't want to get artied. But overall, I think we did really well there, actually. That was a really good showcase of the power of the E5. The armor, your capacity to side scrape, to face hug, to bait shots into cupola, bait shots into the gun, use cover, use dynamic cover, you know, dead tanks. The E5 is really capable of a lot. The DPM is excellent, and that's what you need to use. You need to use the troll armor to bait shots, and you need to use your DPM. The most important thing is penning your shots in this tank. And any tank, but especially the E5. But yeah, that was a fun game, actually. Ruinberg, standard battle. We're going to go middle here. It's what I do pretty much every time to start the game, from this side at least. The reason being that you get shots down into the city, into the other, well, the little town, I suppose. You can also take some shots at people over peak. You can shoot people if they come down this alley. And I think it's the most solid position to start the game from. If there's no arty, you can play here. You can play here with arty as well. But you need to have a good hull down tank. And with the E5 having the cupola on the left-hand side, I don't really feel like playing that. And you can just get focused by arty, a couple unlucky shots in the cupola, and I just don't find it's that great anymore. But it's a good position to have in mind. You should have a list of good positions in your head that you can go to depending on how the situation changes, right, during the match. Because maybe there's some point where it will be good to go over there. But it's something you just need to keep in mind. To start off, we go here, and we just try to get a couple shots in on people pushing into middle. Hopefully something gets lit. No light tanks, but that doesn't necessarily need to be a bad thing. You know? We'll see. We'll see what comes up. I'm looking for shots here. I'm looking for shots here. And I'm looking for people to push in. Though they don't seem to be doing that. And the IS-7 didn't, obviously. That's bizarre. Wow, that is incredible. The reason I was surprised is because no one's here watching that angle. So that's actually... It's actually not great. That batch shot got deleted. Wow. Normally there's someone watching this. I took it for granted. You always need to be watching the minimap, guys. You know, it doesn't matter how many hours you have, how good you are at the game. You need to be watching the minimap. Because it's one of those exceptional circumstances where he was able to peek this without getting lit, which is why I was so surprised to see him. It's not really worth it for me to re-peek. I have pretty good odds of bouncing him. But to take... Oh. Okay, wow. That's that's a pretty incredible shot. Barely hit my cupola. His AP pen is good. I'm not surprised he penned it. I'm surprised he found the shot. Okay. If we can get one more in on E5 on the T57, that would be excellent. I really don't want to get repicked by this 268. He'd have to be pretty suicidal to do it. I would like to finish him off if I could. Now you can sit here without getting proxied. You need to watch the angles a little bit. But you can sit here, try to look for some shots. You know, we're 2 minutes in, 3,000 combined, doing quite well. Unfortunate that we took the 268V5 shot. I'm just going to back away for a moment. I don't want to become impatient. As you can see, that was a good idea because now the event is going to happen. Once the event occurs, then we can go brawl here. And we should be able to get a really good game. So yeah, sometimes it's good to be patient in WoD, especially when there's no reason to push yet and you don't kind of have a clear plan or you think you might lose a lot of HP. It's okay to be patient. This guy's going to push with me now. 268V5 is down, which is excellent. So yeah, now we play here. Very awkward to play around triangles in these areas. You know, it's one of those situations where it's kind of annoying to play with teammates. You need to watch your angles. Always watch your angles in this game. You know, T57 isn't an issue. We'll peek Panzernik. E5 is very good at making peaks like this, guys. Very awkward to play around triangles, unfortunately. Is this guy AFK? I think so. Or he's shooting. No, he's just AFK. Well, at the end of the game, you can discount some damage if you want to from the total. We don't want to peek that, obviously. It's a... I don't like playing around this guy, unfortunately, man. It's just so annoying. We'll take a shot here from the 268. That's okay. We have HP, and we're winning quite confidently. Obviously, you don't want to take shots like that, but you know, sometimes. That was not a good shot. Just watching the 268. I don't want him to peek me. Yeah. Just, oh, that's bad. Yeah. Not doing a good job here of watching my angles and my corners, unfortunately. Yeah. We bounced that, but he fired. We have a better reload. I died already now. Almost. Almost died already. I saw him very last minute. Yeah, pretty solid game in the E5. Very relaxed, really. We might die to the M53-55 now. I would like to get some shots into the STRV, but most likely you're gonna die to an already shot now. We'll see if he shoots me or not. He might be on this side, he might be up there. There's no HP on the STRV anyways, and the M53 is not very aware, so yeah, pretty solid game. 7k. We got 800 on an AFK tank. I made some mistakes against 268, not the best peaks. Probably could have got 8k out of this if I played a little better, but yeah, just a solid E5 game. It's got great TPM, and in situations where you aren't being focused, where you're kind of, you know, watching your angles, you can farm a lot of damage in this tank. It's getting to the point where I might have to ban Corellia, not because it's not a map I like, but because it seems to be the only map I get when I'm playing games on this channel. So yeah, if this game gets featured in the video at the end, and my apologies for all the Corellia gameplay that you've seen. We have two options, E5, two strong options. Go brawl for hill, go brawl for this. I think I'm just gonna play for the hill. They only have one triangle, the Jagdpanzer 100, and he doesn't have much camo, so I should be fine in terms of pushing this. I should be able to kind of evaluate the situation and proceed without getting nuked. And yeah, we're just gonna push hill because I think it's more influential on the game, and hopefully we get some high damage games. But yeah, I really like to run turbo on this tank. As you can see, it pushes you above 40 kph. I think it's really important. I think the hardening is just so meta right now because of the track HP it gives you, and just because extra HP is really valuable to have. And you can see this is a full brawl. I mean, this looks like Clan Wars down here. So we'll see what we can do. Not sure about the Sheridan, unfortunately, poor guy, but... And the 907 being down there isn't great anymore. The 907 is not what it used to be. It's just... The turret is so weak. The turret is so weak on the 90. Yeah. This E5 might start pushing me. Yeah, E5 is pushing. We need to watch out. The 90 might start shooting. We finish off STB. We want to get guns out of the game in this kind of situation. I don't want to get farmed by the 90. Kill 430U. Look at 90. Try to keep him from shooting me. That was a terrible shot. Terrible shot against the IS-7. Okay. Yeah, we lost a lot more HP there. I'm definitely super rusty still, guys. I mean, could have played that better, could have angled better, could have probably positioned myself better. Positioning is everything in this game. Positioning and awareness, map awareness. And now, the question is, can we peek this without getting completely annihilated by Jagdpanzer? Now you'll see the 340 heat pen, and now I'll tout the 340 heat pen till the very end because it's so excellent. It permits you to pen things that you normally shouldn't. I mean, the Jagdpanzer is hull down and slightly angled upwards, and we can still pen a superstructure. Now you'll see. Normally I would like to go down here, but because they have a Leopard AMX in middle, it's not safe to jump down middle and flank around. flank around the Sheridan, the E5, and the Jagdpanzer. So we're not going to do it. We just can't do it at this stage. I think the best policy at this stage is just to sit here and kind of just look for shots and opportunities. Yeah. 907 in the back. I fancy... You see this gun. I mean, this gun is excellent. That one didn't pen. But I want to be pretty careful. I don't want to... I mean, it's a Jagdpanzer, right? I don't want to overstay my welcome. I'll probably refrain from peeking again. He's probably aimed, and my Cupola is on the wrong side here, which is something you always need to keep in mind in the E5. Also, always look at the map, always look around you. Keep an eye on the top with the HP bars. You know, you can press Alt every once in a while to see people's HP. Just keep your awareness up in this game. It's super important. But I think our team is pretty well positioned now. The can opener is dangerous, but we have the 430U, the 140 in the base. Granted, the 140 could get spotted there by the AMX. He could get annihilated, as could the M60 and the bat shots on hill. So they need to be careful with the light tank. Maybe that Leopard will bleed now. The RD is in a very strange position. Not sure what he's doing, to be honest. But yeah, now the idea is just to back off a little bit. Hopefully they come brawl me. And I'm pretty confident in the brawl that I'll just be able to beat them. As long as someone is supporting me. But yeah, we're just going to wait a little bit and just try to bait them around the corner. Because I just don't feel like trying my luck against the Yag too much, right? Okay. I'm tempted to actually... I would have liked to take out the Jagdpanzer. Now obviously we've lost the hill behind me, so that's just... This is what I said, right? I mean, they needed to be really careful about this. They weren't. And now the only option we have is to kill the 907 before the E5 pushes me, but it's... I don't think it's going to happen, to be honest with you. Yeah, and this is just unfortunate. We low roll Jagdpanzer. We might be able to get one more shot in. And yeah, there wasn't much we could do this game, guys. I mean, my team just fell apart in seconds, right? So yeah, that's that. But yeah, you need to get the most you can out of these games. Had a couple of low rolls at the end, but it wouldn't have mattered. Okay, really good matchmaking. Let's see what we can do in the E5. No Artie, which is incredible. I mean, if the game was always like this, wow, there might be more players. But yeah, I'm gonna go down to... I think I'll just go brawl on H3 or something like that. You can just go play... You can go play Ice Road, honestly. I never play Ice Road. I don't know why. I think I'm just used to the old version of Mountain Pass. But yeah, we'll see. We'll go play this up here and see what's up. You can also just cross bridge. I remember back in the day when everyone was like 3 marking chieftains, you just cross the bridge and you'd have crazy games. Which you can do. Honestly, this is not a bad... I could do it in this map, in this matchup. We'll see. I don't like what they did to Mountain Pass. Used to be able to play light tanks and around on these corners. Now it's way worse. I know there's pushes, but it's way worse, trust me. You also used to be able to play light tanks and mediums around here versus push lines. You could play around with the view range, play around with the camo. And even just play around with the angles. And now it's just you play hell down here or you don't play. It's ridiculous. I hate what Wargaming's done with this map. One of the worst map changes, to be honest. I mean, they fixed this side. I'll grant you, they did fix this. This is much better. Middle is still fine. But I mean, the bridge is fine. The middle is just a waste of space. But yeah, we're just gonna be E5. We're just gonna farm a little bit. Not ideal against the 277 here. We can Cupola him, but... don't want to aim for too long. It's my cupola. I can't hide my cupola here. Not really. I don't know what the Pershing is doing. Seems a little silly. And that's 340 heat pen for you. I mean, 340 heat pen is amazing. And you can see without V-stab, I mean, we're not moving too much, but V5 is... That was a good shot. That was a terrible shot. Yeah, we can start pushing soon. Getting really good high rolls. Really good high rolls. That's annoying that the Grom is there. And this is 340 heat pen. This is something that the E5 is very good at, which is just penning his shots. He's angled towards us, but he's also angled slightly up, which makes this blade even stronger. But the E5 can just handle it. 340 heat pen is just incredible. Unfortunate. That sucks, man. I mean, it was pretty much a waste of a shot, but... Okay. I'm gonna just this mouse let me... And you can see the E5's armor is just so troll. And we can put another one into 60 TP. It's a pretty... yeah. It's always annoying when this... We might actually die here. Nice. Cool. I don't know, just a solid E5 game. Very solid game. Yeah, I don't know, the E5, as you can see, I mean, you have great DPM. You know, decent alpha, right? For the DPM, the alpha's decent. You know, kind of like the S-Conk before the nerf. And it's relatively mobile. Obviously, your cupola gets penned, but yeah, the tank is really solid, really solid. And in games like this, you can keep up with these fast games because the DPM and the mobility is okay. The infamous Airfield. Now, they did do a lot of changes to this map recently. I haven't been able to explore them fully. I think it's better. I don't like when they put hull down areas at the end of corridors. I know there's some hull downs here where my mouse is. I don't like that. I don't see, they try to promote what? Brawling, and then they add in these hull down areas. I'm not sure. This area is very open, I haven't explored it. So guys, I'm no authority on the new Airfield. So we'll see how it goes. I know you can also go up here and get some shots in. But again, I've been away from the game for a little bit, so maybe the meta has changed, maybe you can't get away with that anymore. I think I'm going to go here and brawl a little bit and see what we can kind of find. But yeah, this is new for me too. So this is no review of the airfield map. Um, Take everything I say in this live commentary with a grain of salt. Well, to an extent. Now the MBT is very bad at things like this, right? E5 is a hard thing to pen, especially for the AP of the MBT, even the APCR of the MBT. So yeah, he's gonna have a hard time connecting 2 shots into our lower plate or our cupola. So we're just gonna wait a little bit. Yeah, again, these are the kind of thing I mean, right? I don't know some of these angles, right? That's why I'm playing a little more passive. I'm being a little careful. The SC2, that's where he shot me from. See, I don't know how I feel about this, right? These hull down areas, kind of seem a bit bizarre to me. He might peek me now that I'm tracked. I have the repair kit ready. I'm not sure I like this area too much. I'm not really seeing how you can push through it. I think that 780 is held down as well if I go up to play up top. So it just kind of seems like they've made Airfield a stalemate in the same way as it was before. I'm not convinced, guys. I'm not convinced by these changes. I know there's an E5, the Yag. And again, it's really hard it's hard to side scrape this for yeah, this isn't great, guys. Not a fan. Not a fan. Not a fan of this area, to be honest. And it's what I predicted. I predicted that the game. I remember playing Airfield a couple months ago, and I remember looking at this, and it was fun at the moment because during that time, because no one knew how to play this. But now it seems like people have kind of figured it out, and now people are playing more passively. See, that's what I mean. The E5 and the E3 share that kind of weak spot on the bottom of the hull. You can just kind of pen it with heat, even if it's at a very extreme angle. And now we're gonna do the same thing that they just did to us. We're just gonna camp at the end of this corridor. So unfortunately, Airfield doesn't seem like the most dynamic map. See, he's gonna pay for that. He's using single shotgun, I believe. And you can see how bouncy the E5 is, guys. It's a very bouncy tank, and it's the reason that it's so much better than the Super Conqueror now. Is because it kept the gun, and it's always had better armor than the S-Conq. Really, when you think about it, the E5 is excellent, 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 excellent. I think if you're starting the game, maybe the IS-7 is the most noob-friendly tank, but the E5 will teach you a lot, and the E5 will get you out of a lot of sticky situations. The way the armor works is excellent. Unfortunately, we're really losing this game. And because I'm pretty inexperienced on this map, I can't really influence it in the same way I would other matchups. And you'll kind of notice that here. So yeah, this is looking, it's not looking great. When I say not looking great, it's looking terrible. When you get to these kinds of situations in these matchups, it's very hard to pull back at tier 10. Very hard to pull back. And I mean, here we have no option to trade. You see me stopping and just aiming at these points because there's nothing I can do. There's nothing I can do to kind of keep. I know I have the guy behind me. I know I have the Manti. But again, there's. Yeah, there's not much to do, guys. These are the kind of games you just can't win. and it happens to everyone. You can try to get the most you can out of them. You know, keep your situational awareness. You know, that was a bad bounce. But yeah, there's games you can't win in this. But try to get the most you can out of it at least. You'll get some satisfaction. But I think this really showcases how strong the E5 is. Guys, I mean, the DPM, 5.4k in this losing match, didn't know how to play this map, still did really well. 6.7k blocked, incredible. I mean, these are numbers, these are mouse numbers, guys. So yeah, the E5 is very, very strong tank.